peace. Hello. Peace, everyone. Peace, Anthony. Peace, Mans. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Good morning, good evening, good night. Whatever it may be for you, thank you for joining. Peace, Kari. Hello. Peace, A. Peace, Cassandra. Thank you for joining. Yes, my travels have been fantastic. Thank you for asking. I got to spend yesterday at the beach pretty much all day, just diving into a new book, learning just some very interesting things, something called transurfing, which I'm still learning, so I don't really want to talk too much about yet, but yes, it's been really great. Thank you for asking. I still need to explore a bit more of Da Nang. I've really just been locking into a lot of work, but yeah, it's been really good. Peace, Ana Luisa. Hello. So you can just take a few moments here to get comfortable, get some tea, get some coffee if you'd like, light an incense. Actually, I'm going to do that too. Oh yes, this was a temple that I had went to in Thailand called Wat Phalat. Beautiful temple. I just did some meditation. I love the sounds, the crickets and the insects, the natural sound bath from nature. So before we begin, yeah, that's definitely me. I was doing some meditation in front of that Buddha statue. Yeah. Okay. If we are just about ready, I think we can begin. You can start by taking a few deep inhales in through the nose. Followed by open mouth exhale. You can let your eyes drift around the room. before letting them close completely, or bringing them to a soft gaze if that feels comfortable. Taking these few inhales to signal to our body that we're calm, we're safe. Anchoring a bit deeper into the breath. Noticing if the mind has begun to wander. Bringing it gently back to the breath. Feeling the air enter the nostrils. The carbon dioxide leaving on the exhale. Fresh oxygen that enters. And the waste product that exits. Noticing how the body feels in this moment. Is it still holding on to the day or yesterday or earlier in the week? Is the body tight, tense? Or are you able to relax those shoulders, loosen the jaw, smooth the forehead, and sink deeper into your cushion, or chair, or bed? Before we move to the sound bath portion, I'd like to invite you to more of an advanced technique that I've been working on. So I invite you to reflect and call on certain emotions. We can call these negative emotions. Reflect on your day, or your week, or your month. Perhaps there are times where you felt a bit irate with a friend or family member or coworker. Maybe you felt a bit of self-doubt, or chose to maybe experience lack by accepting that you don't have something, or you're separate from something. Maybe you had a bit of fear, or anger towards yourself or someone else. If you can recall these memories and feel these sensations again, don't justify them. Just feel them.
Best practice.
If we've gone back to these memories in our lives, and we feel these emotions again, we don't need to fear them. We don't need to stuff them away. Allow them to exist within us, remembering that every emotion we feel is here for a reason. They're often pointers to things that make us feel uncomfortable or we don't prefer. Not necessarily for us to stay away from it. Sometimes they're invitations to look a bit deeper. But for this practice, I want us to release these emotions, these feelings. And forgive ourselves. For any attachment that we may have had to these feelings. And any emotional state that was a byproduct of these sensations, emotions, and feelings. With each exhale, I want us to envision these emotions, these feelings, these sensations, these experiences melting off of us, dripping away like sweat in a sauna. With each out-breath, more and more, these emotions drip away. Much like a physical bath that we may take, a bubble bath, or just a nice soak. We remove our clothes before doing so. So I invite you to imagine these negative emotions and feelings and sensations as our emotional clothes that we remove before entering this sound bath, allowing the frequencies to wash us and bathe us, assisting in resetting our nervous system. awareness to our still heart. A heart that exists without distinction. Exists without distinction. You can unite it with the mind that exists without distinction. And allow our being to simply be. To the breath, bringing awareness to the heart, feeling the heartbeat rhythmically and coherently. take a few deep inhales. This next one, I invite you to audibly sigh your exhale. Letting your body relax deeper to the chair, cushion. Checking in with your body. How does it feel in this moment? witnessing. Allow yourself to feel anything that comes up, but don't hold on to it. Release attachment to it. Let it fall away from you with each exhale. Invite you now to send gratitude to your body and this moment, remembering that a memory is an emotion tied to an experience. Let's tie gratitude to this experience, so we can use this memory anytime we need to use the tool of reflection. This can be one of those memories that we call on. Peace, the calm, and the gratitude for this generous present moment. to the room. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Feel your body or the chair or cushion beneath you. And with these 4 senses activated, we can engage the final one by slowly opening your eyes. Welcome home. Thank you for applying today's balm, allowing me to guide you through this meditation. I hope this practice was serving. I hope you're able to move through the rest of your day with a bit more peace and a calm nervous system. Take a few moments to come back to yourself. And thank you for choosing to share your time with me. I so often say, time in this 4th dimensional reality that we exist in operates linearly, meaning we don't get it back. So thank you for choosing to share it with me. And if you felt that this practice was serving for you and you are financially able, then I invite you to donate. It does help, and it does go a long way for myself, especially while living out here in Da Nang, Vietnam. Cool. Peace, Annette. Grand rising indeed. Thank you for joining. Peace, Lacey. Peace, Kari. Peace, A. Peace, Bell. Peace, Grace. Peace, Ana Luisa. Peace, Man Stefada. Peace, Adam. Peace, Eric. Hello. Peace, Cassandra. Peace, Rachel. Thank y'all for staying with me. And if you spent or shared a minute, 10 minutes, or the full 48 minutes, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Peace, Anthony. Sorry, for some reason, your floating icon doesn't come up here, but thank you. I know that you're here. Appreciate you. Okay. No worries. And there was something I felt like sharing today. This morning after my morning meditation, I went to a coffee shop down the street from me. And I finished listening to one of my favorite novels. There's a series of novel. It's 9 novels long. It's called The Expanse. It's a sci-fi novel. It's a wonderful story. Anyway, my favorite of the series is the last one. And I just finished it again today for probably the, I don't know, sixth time. But there's a part in it that for some reason really stuck out to me, really shook me. I had to pause it and just reflect on it for a while. And basically what had happened was, there was a character in the book named Naomi Nagata. This is also a TV show, by the way. It's been adapted to be a TV show on Amazon Prime. So if you want to check it out, it's really dope. Anyway, if you like sci-fi. Anyway, this character, Naomi Nagata, she, at the beginning of the story, in like the first novel, she's a very shy woman. She's very introverted, and she's often described as using her long hair to hide her face because she doesn't, want to be seen, and that's kind of her safe space. And in this moment, one of her shipmates, someone that she's been shipping with for decades now, they're actually parting ways. And when he looks at her, he sees a part of who she was and who she is now. And who they were back then, they were just miners, essentially. They were ice haulers. They fly out to the Kuiper Belt to mine ice and bring it back to the inner planets. And that's all. That was their job. That's all they had to worry about. But now, decades later, she became a war leader for a rebellion against a tyrannical leader, authoritarian leader who wanted to basically take over humanity. And it was just like seeing her through his eyes. It just stuck out to me that like, we don't know who we're going to be. We have no idea who the universe is shaping us to be. And I had to stop and just kind of reflect on that. And like, I did shell down a few tears because I found it so beautiful. I found it scary at the same time, but also so powerful and profound and insightful that like, we go through life and, we try to kind of plan our life, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. We try to look ahead to see who we want to be. Excuse me. And so much of our life is just kind of going through the present moment, who we are presently, or who we believe to be presently, or who we are striving to be. And I had to stop and reflect on my life. When I went back 20 years, I'm 37. So I went back to when I was 17, specifically when I was, just graduating high school, grade 12. Me and the homies, like 9 of us, went out to Daytona for spring break. No business being spring break at 17 with all the college kids. But I'm there with my brother's ID, drinking, getting into clubs and shit. It's crazy. But just reflecting on who I was then, like this kind of cocky kid was a DJ, still hiding behind uncertainty and kind of not knowing who I wanted to be, not knowing where I was going, just kind of living presently, which is interesting because I still do that today. But less intentional back then. And when I think about how many times I reinvented myself for that 10 years that I was a DJ, I was known as DJ Jinx from Infinity Sound Crew. And, in the area I lived in Scarborough and the surrounding areas, from east to west, I was known as that. And my crew was known as that. And that was a decade strong. Anyone that would see me would be, hey Jinx, hey Jinxie, hey Jinxie Poo. And then after that decade, I reinvented myself when I entered into the music industry, as an artist manager, and then moving to marketing and moving to A&Ring and distribution and all that kind of stuff. Reinvented myself as just Jamal. It's just me. And that was another decade that I did that for. And then more recently, reinventing myself again as this, who you see before you today. Still Jamal, but way more mindful and practicing wellness and mindfulness and guiding and learning and teaching and still being a student. And it was just so interesting because if I go back to any decade or any of those years within those decades, if I was to get a glimpse of who I was now, I don't think I would believe it. And I went through an exercise as I started to walk and just explore Da Nang a bit. There's a quick context. There's a few articles that I've been reading around studies that some physicists have been doing. And what they found is that there's a suggestion that our future can affect our past. It's kind of mind-boggling, but the articles I've been reading explain it. I'm still not able to disseminate it because I don't fully understand it yet. So I still need to do some more reading on it before I can explain it in a way that makes sense. But so as a kind of a thought experiment for myself, I went back to be that 17-year-old version of myself. And I showed myself me today, who I am. And I showed myself a glimpse of me that I'm walking around in Vietnam as a remembrance guide or a wellness practitioner, experiencing new countries, new people. Still don't have a lot of money, no money, but that's still consistent. But what stuck out was I felt proud. 17-year-old me felt proud and happy. He didn't care that I didn't have any money. He cared that I was happy. I was doing something that I loved. I was exploring the world, which is something I've always wanted to do. And I was being of service. When I listed out those things to 17-year-old me, he was happy and he was proud. He was elated. And that, I don't know. I can't really describe the feeling, but it felt, I guess the closest thing I could feel was describe is maybe accomplished or content, or satisfied, or happy too, elated. A complete, I think, is a good one too. And at peace, that although I've gone through so many different changes and I've reinvented myself so many times, that version of me could still be happy with who he became, who I became. And the things that I would hold on to, for instance, the shame of not, being super financially stable or being able to do all the things that I want to do based on finances and whatnot, the shame of carrying that I did carry for so long, that I have carried for so long, that, the fact that wasn't even a thought for him, that didn't matter to him. It helped wash it away for present me. So it was weird because it's did I just change my past? Did that glimpse into the future change things for that timeline of that Jamal? And in doing so, does future me now understand that principle? And what will change for present me, since I'm the past of future Jamal? You know, I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's still mind boggling, but just interesting. And all of this sparked from that one little part of the book. But I don't know. I really felt like sharing that today. It's making me weep already. Jeez. Cause yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I felt like sharing that. It was just something profound that happened today that I spent a few hours just philosophizing on. Yeah. Interesting. First thing I thought was how you feel now can affect how you remember your life in the past. Interesting. Wow. I love that. That's awesome, Rachel. Yeah, for real. How you feel now can affect how you remember your life in the past. Yeah, for sure. I could definitely see that. You know, the perception, you know, that we have, you know, if we see life with a negative lens, a negative connotation, then that will most likely equal us seeing the negative connotation of our past as well. Or maybe it will bring up the negative features of the past. You know, those are the parts that we'll dwell on because they'll be prominent in our minds. You know, so often in the meditations, I talk about how abundance recognizes how we feel, what we want to experience. So if we see life with a negative connotation or a pessimistic view, abundance will see that and continue to give us that. So similarly, if we see life in a certain way, that's gonna be more prominent in how we remember ourselves and remember our lives. Really, I love X-Men 97. I believe there's a new season. I haven't checked it out yet. So thank you for that reminder, because X-Men 97 is so dope, and I'm so happy they brought it back. I was kind of weary at first, but I'm really happy they did. They did a really good job with it. Sorry, random rant, but like, I love that. Love that show. And thank you, Rachel, for your donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Wow. Oh man, I'm so hyped. X-Men 97, so dope. Block universe theory. Really? I've never heard of this. Block universe theory. Okay. Let me note that ASAP. Block universe theory. Where's my sticky notes? Here we go. Block universe theory. Okay, dope. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. You say, or eternalism. Excuse me. Basically, past, present, future, all the same. Got you. Yes, for sure. And that's why I always say that, like, when I talk about time, that it moves linearly here, you know. And I think I have a mental freestyle or enlightened observation about time. And basically, what I say there is that, you know, I have a friend that had said that time's an illusion, you know, and like what she was talking about was that time exists. There's no future, no past, no present. It's all one. And that it's an illusion because of that. But my pushback on that is that it's not an illusion, not here, not in this third density, in this fourth dimension reality that we exist in. It's an intrinsic value. It's an intrinsic property in this. In fact, I believe why we incarnate here in this fourth dimensional reality is to experience time linearly. Outside of this dimension, fifth dimension and higher, then yeah, it is eternal, fully eternal. That there's no past, present, or future. It's all one. But here, the purpose of this existence is to experience it linearly. But I will check that out. Eternalism. Blocks too, yeah. Word. Word. I like that. I liked how you looped that back, Anthony. Right, Grace? Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy I had the inclination to share that today. Blocks. But yeah, block universe. I like that. Okay. See, they say fourth physical dimension, but like this is a fourth dimensional reality, you know? Time is the fourth dimension in this reality, in our reality. So maybe they mean fifth dimension, but yeah. But that's interesting. I'm gonna dive into that. Ooh, the subjective now. Wow. Okay. So I have, oh man. See, I might have to, I wanted to actually I might even do that tomorrow. I was actually going to, there's another theory I'm working on, another concept that I'm working on. I'll bring up tomorrow. I want to do Philosophy Friday. Just, I don't know. I just thought of it like when I was starting this meditation. So I might hold it for tomorrow. But it is basically around that, because I pulled up Google and one of the titles is the subjective now. It's around the word now, but yeah, I'll save that for tomorrow for Philosophy Friday. For successful now. Huh. Right. Right. Oh, thank you. I had to read this a couple times. That's interesting. Yeah. If you're successful now, you view it as past pain is worth it. That's interesting. Right? And that ties into like the stories that we tell ourselves, you know, the labels, the distinctions that we attach to things. Especially, I love how you quoted successful, you know, because it's such a subjective word. Like it looks different for everyone. What does that even mean? But yeah, that is interesting that depending on how you define that word will dictate if it's a regret or if it's, you know, paying your dues. Interesting. Oh, hell yeah. Yep. Especially the capitalistic paradigm. That's my, yep. That's one of my triggers. It's capitalism, corrupt capitalism, I should say. Corrupt capitalism, consumerism, hustle culture. Yeah. Within that, it can be, that's where the stories we tell ourselves really have an impact into our being, into our mental state, into how we view the world. And going back to what you're saying about just the, yeah, how we feel, you know, how we feel, how it can affect how we view ourselves in the past. That's exactly it. Wow, damn. Interesting. Thank you. I love having this perspective. I definitely dive into this viewpoint often, especially like with the healing process, you know, that I'm working on. And I was just thinking today that I've lived alone for years and I've now been traveling in new countries for the past 3 months. And like, since I've been traveling, like I've been forced to create new relationships, make friends and stuff like that. Whereas like when I lived alone, I still had my people around, but regardless, what I'm trying to say is that I've had a lot of time to do this work, this inner work on myself, for myself. So it's definitely helped bring this perspective, or for me to slip into this perspective, a lot easier. It's like pretty much how I view the world now is from this kind of perspective. Which is great, a fantastic gift, but it can also be hard. I was going to say a curse, not a curse, but it's hard. It can be hard, definitely. Or hard isn't the right word. Again, the labels and stories we tell ourselves. But it is isolating. That's what I'll say. It's definitely isolating. Interesting. Yeah. But maybe I'll start a little bit. Oh yeah, I did need to do that meditation. So another meditation I have to create. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about it. I'll dive more into it tomorrow. I wrote little diagrams and stuff too. Right. Okay, I'll give you a little bit of it. Read right from my journal. Okay, so does now actually exist? Let's explore now as a construct. A construct being something we create to explain a phenomenon. The phenomenon in this case is the transitional state of time moving from future into past. If we look at what now is, how do we pinpoint it in our linear experience of time? Let's stop for a second and accept that time is not an illusion. It's an intrinsic property in this reality and our experience in it. It's no more an illusion than a video of me. And yes, I may not be there in the flesh, live, but I still exist and existed in that instance. So I guess on some level it could be seen as an illusion, but also isn't. Like time, it may exist simultaneously in other dimensions, where here it exists linearly. That doesn't make it an illusion. It's just experienced differently. Sorry, my writing is terrible. Back to the point. Actually, wait, hold on. Before I go there is something I read recently. Oh, what was it called? Did I write it down? I didn't. Wait, I think I saved it. Because part of this is come on, go faster. Nope. Ah, yes, perfect. Okay. As part of this example of trying to pinpoint the now, I was looking at say the now exists from a fraction of a second until 1 second. Even if it's 0.1 of a second. Until 1 second is the experience of now, if that makes sense. And then I read recently that scientists measured the shortest unit of time as a zeptosecond, equal to 1/1,000,000,000 of a billionth of a second. Which is insane. So if we experience now as a zeptosecond to 1 second, that's now. Okay, I want to get back to this entry. Imagine the wake of a boat. This is a good representation of our experience of linear time. We can see the wake, but can't pinpoint a now moment in it. All we see is several past now moments. If we look ahead, we see several future now moments. Going further with this concept, see the boat as the construct, the thing that contains the phenomenon, the byproduct of future connecting with past, the conduit or mechanism for the transition. We are the boat. Future and past use us to transition states. What we call now, if we were to measure it and say it's a moment, oh yeah, there we go, from a nanosecond to 1 second. After that, things become past, or depending on the task, say I'm doing yoga for 1 hour. I'm doing yoga now, quote now. That now is the hour moment. What if we are the now? I need a diagram, and then I drew. Okay, wait, I don't know if I can show it. No, my camera's not gonna zoom right. It's okay. The boat analogy. Oops. The boat is the thing that causes the wake or past moments by moving through the future moments. As the boat moves through still water, it creates the wake. Much like as we move through this reality, still water, we create the past, the wake. What if time needs or uses us to transition? The conclusion of this thought is that our experience is solely remembered. Oh yes, that's how I started thinking about this. I was like, every instance, everything that we do, because everything that we do happens already, it's all remembered. So our existence, our experience here, everything we do is just remembered. And then I started to think about now, oh, there's more. As soon as future moments pass through the threshold, us, they turn into the past. So what we experience in reality is just memories, even if they were a nanosecond old. And then I have another piece of this concept that's like a whole different branch, is that, or come like just set that whole concept aside. We exist in a warp bubble of now. And it says, come back to talk about photographs. Oh, damn. What did I mean about this? What do I mean by that? Photographs. Oh, maybe it's the freezing of now. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. I definitely have to come back to that. But yeah. That's one of the concepts I'm working on. And I might, I got to work through it while doing some yoga. And I'll record it for one of my enlightened observations. I do like working through things as I do yoga. It really does help. Like college papers. Yes. Literally. I start mine with peace, God. God being me. Yeah, that's so interesting. Yes. Definitely. These are definitely like, it's weird. Like, this is supposed to be a journal, but it's like a workbook. It's like, I don't even know. Yeah, they're barely even journal entries. I don't know. They're just for my thoughts. But yeah, so interesting thought on what the now actually is and if it actually exists. but more so that our existence is remembered. Everything we do is just a memory. I think that is like a really profound point that I want to dive more into. So I'll let that come to me. But yeah, sit with that for a bit. Let me know how you feel about it. I want to do Philosophy Friday, so we might do some more talking like this tomorrow. So sit on it, think on it. Let me know. Come back tomorrow and let me know if you have any any insights. Want to add anything to it? Peace, Pilar. Thank you. Right? My head blows every time I think about this stuff. It's really I've been noticing that it's not even like I don't know how much of me is thinking this stuff. Like a lot of these are streams of consciousness that come through. I don't know who they are. Like I'm channeling, you know, I think I'm ready to accept that I am a channel and I do channel. I don't know who though. I don't know if it's my future self, my higher self. I don't know if they're entities, if they're my ancestors, if they're extraterrestrials. Like I don't know what or who. They haven't presented themselves to me that way, but I know a lot of even when I meditate, like these meditations that I do, I'm not reading anything. I'm just flowing. I'm just freestyling. But the freestyles are streams of consciousness that come through. So yeah, I'm just like beginning to accept that I'm a channel. And the more I study Bashar, the more confidence I gain to really step into this channel title. Yeah. But every time it does blow my mind because it's like, what the fuck? Like, where'd this come from? You know, like even today, this morning, like it was literally one line in the book. It was like Alex was saying, he remembered who she was and who she is now isn't the same, but they're similar. And then it just like, and I just went for hours. Like, I don't even know how. It's so crazy, but it's fun. I love it. Future and past, your converse. Whoa, that's crazy. Wow. So they're conversing with present me. Okay. At first I was like, oh wait, are they talking to each other through me? That's a cool concept too. Peace, John. Good morning, beard brother. I do love that. Yeah. They're conversing with me. Wow. I do. Yeah, I love that. I can see that. I think it's like, just adding to that is that like, I think the more I step into and show future me or higher self that I'm ready for these types of concepts or thinking like this, or I'm open to it, the more I send, you know? Wow. Wow. It's just a moment. That will be the past for real. And maybe is already. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Wow. Inner Luis, I love that. That's amazing. Wow. And you get flashes of yourself. Let me ask you, what perspective, when you see yourself, when you see the flashes of yourself, looking back at yourself out the window, what perspective is it from? Is it from a third person perspective? Like, are you seeing your body there? Look through it. Like, are you seeing yourself there? Look out the window. Because that's interesting too. John, we're doing some philosophy talk right now. And there are some other faces here. Sorry. I've been talking about me so much. So sorry. Jackie, peace. Hey, you're from Toronto. Big up. Peace, Pillar. Is it Pillar or is it Pilar? Sorry if I'm butchering that. Peace, Chelsea. Hello. Peace, Leanne. Hello. Peace, Steph. Welcome back. Peace, Bella. Yeah, outside of yourself. Okay, looking at yourself. Wow, like it's hovering. Okay, that's dope. The second pronunciation. Oh man, I don't remember what I said. I'm sorry, but hello. Wow, okay. Interesting. I can't say that I've had flashes like that of myself, unfortunately. Except when there's a forgiveness practice that Hawaiian people do. I need to pull it up because I'm going to say it wrong. Maybe some of you know what it's called. Wait. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I'm going to put it in the chat because I'm going to butcher saying it. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, Moments of Satori. Thank you so much for that. Yes, I want to try pronouncing that. Hapano Pano. Hapano Pano? Yeah, there we go. I think. But yeah, when I practice that, that's when I see myself, envision myself there. But I can't say I've had many times where I've seen myself, my present self, from my future self. But there was, oh, there we go. Hopo Nopono. Got you. Nopono. Hopo Nopono. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. No worries, Grace. I know how it goes. There was a time I remember very profoundly a few years ago, and this is where I developed the concept of future selves. When I say develop a concept, I mean like I started to accept the concept of future selves. Again, I think it was because of this novel series, The Expanse, and I'm super enamored with it. And it was a time where I was listening to the books over again and watching the show. But I remember going outside and looking outside. It was night and I see the stars. I love looking at the stars. And I remember just feeling this deep sense of longing that almost felt like depression. Because, excuse me, I felt like I was in the wrong time. Like I was supposed to be out there exploring the stars. You know, I'm a big Star Trek fan too. I love that they're explorers and they meet new civilizations and stuff like that. Like that's something I've always wanted to do. And so that's where I was like, I developed this concept of like, maybe what I'm tapping into right now is the frequency of my future self, some aspect of my future consciousness, future collective consciousness, a sliver of it, a piece of the essence of it. I'm tapping into that frequency because I'm supposed to be out there and I am out there, but the frequency that I am right now isn't, and I'm supposed to be. Yeah. Yes. Glad I got you thinking. That's my goal always in life. Get people thinking, you know. Love that. Because I know, like I understand that we're a frequency, you know. And just like when like pulling from Joe Dispenza's teachings of like creating the future that you want, embodying the feeling, the state, that frequency, that emotional state, that elevated emotional state is a frequency. So embodying that frequency of that desire, that future that you prefer, is how we pull it to us via the electromagnetism of our beings. And so that got me thinking like, okay, I'm probably just on the frequency of my future self, of a future self or a version of a future self that is exploring the stars. You know, it's out there meeting new civilizations and extraterrestrials and shit. Damn, that's so dope. So happy for him. Mm-hmm. Interesting. It's always more static. Okay. Interesting. More dynamic somehow. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Wonder why that is. It's more static, eh? Like there's no motion to it. Huh. And the future is more dynamic. Okay, so there is an interesting thing that another, I guess, phenomenon that physicists have discovered is that, and it's super interesting because Yoda says the same thing, and it's like, how did George Lucas tap into this? Anyway, it's that when we remain still, our future is different than when we're in motion. So if I get up and move across the room, that alters my future than me sitting right here. I have a different future now than if I get up and go over there. I forget how they explain it. There's a video of I forgot that physicist's name. There's a video of him explaining it, and he's slicing bread. I need to refresh my memory on all these concepts so I can speak on them better. But anyway, I say all that to say, yeah, there you go. Energy in motion. Thank you, Grace. I say all that to say, I wonder if that has something to do with it. You know, like your future is more dynamic because we're in motion, whereas our past is still because it's done. It's done already. I don't know. Maybe there's something there. Why am I so gassy? Crazy. I wonder how you can make the past more dynamic. Maybe, okay, I want to invite you to try like what I tried today, which was like showing or like almost communing with my past self, 17-year-old me, and showing him my life now. You know, maybe you've tried this, maybe not, but maybe as a way to incorporate more of, or connecting more the past with present, instead of just reflecting on memories, invite her to the present. Invite her to look now, and maybe that might, I don't know, spark more or make it more dynamic. Right. And yeah, and see, that's the thing. Is the past really done? Yeah, right? Because if what these physicists are saying, that the future can impact the past, and they have studies on this, like they have evidence to suggest it, which mind blowing again. Because then does that mean that it's not done? You know, like that means that it can be altered. it hurts my brain thinking about this, because then what does that mean? What implications does that have for our present or our future? I don't know. It's really interesting. Yeah, I need to meditate on it as well. Getting out of this combo, I love it. Yes, oh man, exactly. Always in motion is the future. Yeah, this is what he says. And it's like, how did George Lucas know this? There's so many similarities with recent discoveries within physics and quantum physics, spirituality, and Star Wars, specifically the Jedi. It's crazy how many similarities there are. I'm a big Star Wars nerd, so I dive deep, and like it really makes me wonder, how did George Lucas tap into all of this, which also like makes me think. Another thought that I had today while I was walking around, it was around like imagination, and it was that like especially like when I was reflecting on this book. I was like, I know this book is science fiction, it's not real. And then I started to say like, no, like I actually believe it is real. Just because it doesn't exist in this reality doesn't make it real. It's just another reality. It's another universe. It's somewhere else. It just doesn't exist here. Those characters, those people aren't here in this timeline, in this reality. And then going deeper with that, it's that like when we tap into imagination, so all works of fiction, all TV shows, everything, authors, books, anything, like imagination is the well that we dip from, which is just all these other realities all just coalesced into one. Imagine it as like a well, and we're just taking our cup and dipping. So when we're thinking of a story, when writers are in the room and creating a story, or authors writing a novel, and they're imagining and they're creating this, they're dipping into that well of these other realities that exist, but they're aligning their frequency to it to create this thing. To not create, well, I guess create in our timeline, our reality, but they're really just borrowing. They're just like watching a movie, they're just seeing something happen, but in their imagination, and thinking that, oh, I'm just creating this in my mind. But really, they're remembering something that exists already in just another reality, another universe, another dimension. Oh, Adi, I'm so sorry. Yes. We had our meditation in sound bath already. We're dipping into, oh wow, I didn't realize it was so long ago. We're dipping into some philosophy talk now. But thank you. I appreciate you popping in and wanted to check it out. I'm so sorry though. Damn. I should have it playing in the background. But come back tomorrow. We might I want to do Philosophy Friday, but maybe we'll start it just like we started today. We'll start it with a meditation and a sound bath. But yeah, please come back tomorrow, either 8 p.m., 8 a.m. We'll do it again. Yes, yeah, exactly, Rachel. Yep, Terminator 1, yeah. Oh, I need to rewatch that. Forgot that's a time travel movie. Yeah, connect present moments with past ones. Yeah. So like what I was doing today was showing past me, 17-year-old me, my life now. And showing him like just where I'm at, what I'm doing. So that's what I mean by like connecting past moments with present one, past versions of ourselves. I need to rewatch Terminator 1. Terminator 2 lives too prominently in my mind, but I need to rewatch that one. Oh, Thank you, Pilar. I hope I said it right. Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that so much. That's amazing. Thank you. Really? Joseph Campbell. Really, Rachel? I didn't know that. Joseph Campbell was an influence for George, eh? I need to look up Joseph Campbell. Let me get him going. Ooh. The power of myth in music. Ooh, that's interesting. Talking my language. Put music in there too? Come on. Block Universe Theory, Joseph Campbell. Okay. He's got a few books. Year of a Thousand Faces, The Hero's Journey. Oh, is that Hero's Journey? Is that what most like so many movies model themselves off of the hero's journey? And I reflect on Dune, and most people think Dune is a hero's journey story with Paul Atreides, but it's not. It's not at all. It's such a tragic story. Oh, don't get me started on Dune. I love that. And the trailer for Dune Part 3 came out today, which was, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I did. And I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much. Oh, that's amazing. And Eloisa, I'm so happy to hear that too. Yes. Invigorated. I love that. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Wow. But yeah, okay. This was great. Thank you. I didn't realize it's so late. It's 9:42 for me. I wanted to go and eat, but it might be too late for me. Yeah, I don't know. But yes, anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you, Moments. That's awesome, man. Thank you for being here. I want to do this again tomorrow. So please come through tomorrow. And yeah, let's keep talking, because I enjoy these. I love doing the meditations and stuff, but I forget how much I love talking about philosophy. I often just like to wait until it comes through me. I don't want to like force it. And so today it hit me. Today it came through me. So that's why I just felt inclined to bring it up today. Reflects human life. Okay, got you. Okay, cool. I'll definitely check that out too. That's amazing. Okay, bet. Thank you all for those that stuck around. I appreciate y'all so much. Please enjoy your day. Now, an invigorated and open mind. Thank y'all so much for allowing me to babble. Peace. Shalom, salam, namaste, shanti.